this unit, we will be discussing missions and community ministry in your women's ministry. Well, we want to think about some different ways about how missions opportunities may be organized in your church. You may have a women on mission group, or you may have a specific representative in your women's ministry team who focuses on missions and may even represent your women's ministry on your missions team at your church. Their women's ministry may sponsor age-graded missions organizations for children and adolescents in your church. So there's many different ways that missions can be organized and utilized through your women's ministry. Well, missions reminds us of the importance of personal evangelism. If we offer opportunities for missions through our women's ministry, it can help women to remember that they are personally called to share the gospel, that they can relate to unbelievers, that they have an avenue to learn how to explain the gospel clearly, that they learn how to start conversations about God, to have those gospel conversations and be ready to give a witness whenever God calls them to. Well, through your events, as we mentioned in special events, we can have opportunities to invite women who are not believers. There are many ways to include evangelism as a major part of your events. You can have bridge events where you're incorporating women in your church as well as women who are not believers, who are not a part of your community. So they're events that are really designed for both believers and non-believers. Then you can have events that are specifically geared toward evangelism, that the main purpose and the main idea behind the event is to welcome women from the community to be a part of your church, to introduce them to Jesus and to help them develop their own personal journey with Jesus Christ. And then you may have specific Bible studies geared toward evangelism and toward introducing women to Jesus, or to help women know how to share their faith. Some basic ideas behind giving invitations at your events are that it's good to go ahead and give the invitation early. You want to go ahead and try to build up to it and explain it clearly. And there's different ways through an event that you might give an invitation. Often there's a traditional altar call where women come forward. If they've made some type of decision, you can ask women to raise their hands if they have made a decision, or you can provide commitment cards where women can write down what commitment they have made. And again, if you offer a commitment card, you really want to be sure that you follow up on any decisions that women have shared or prayer requests that they have shared in that time. And then you may have a combination of different types of invitations that you offer through an event. So those are some different ways that you can promote evangelism through events in your women's ministry. Now, regarding community ministry, you may want to identify the needs that are out there in your community. Determine the resources that your church can offer to help meet those needs, and you want to be sure that you coordinate with other programs that are currently existing in your church. Some examples of different types of community ministry that you could be involved in through your women's ministry are food ministry. If there's a local food pantry, or perhaps your church even sponsors a local food pantry, a clothing closet where women can come and share clothes with one another, a literacy training program for women who may need job skills or to further their ability to read so that they can help help develop their job skills. And then you may want to help with a crisis pregnancy center. Opportunities like that abound, and there are so many needs there that you could be involved in. Then tutoring ministry. You may want to see if women in your women's ministry have the ability to help children out after school with their homework or with developing their literacy skills. English as a second language is another type of community ministry. If you have a large population of people who may have immigrated to the United States and English may be their second language, you can offer opportunities for women to teach English. And then possibly a Mother's Day out if you have the resources and the availability to offer that through your church. And of course, Vacation Bible School or even doing backyard Bible clubs are great ways to involve women in community ministry. And then you may want to consider through your women's ministry some national or international missions opportunities. Whether or not you choose to have trips specific to women or whether you encourage the women in your ministry to be involved in the larger missions opportunities that your church offers, I want to encourage you to pray through how you can incorporate missions in your women's ministry.